Hold up. It's that boy G Planz. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
But speaking of songs, when we go talk, we got a lot to talk about. But
like a motherfucker.
Don't Stop Jiggin, produced by PlayboyXO. PlayboyXO, like Playboy, talented producer.
Like a motherfucker.
Everybody see him. He got his own records.
He got his own. And then he's so talented, bro. It's crazy, saying like the whole last year when I first started seeing him drop, like I went to school with him. Like, man, this dude, I can say we grew up together, but we grew up in school together. I'm gonna say that like that, like in classes there and then. Man, the nigga was quiet as a motherfucker, man. So imagine me remembering the nigga being in school quiet, just chilling in their own world, to a nigga telling me they make beats. I was taking that shit for granted at first. I'm like, man, that quiet ass nigga don't make no beat back of my head, but I used to see him at J. Lewis studio. I'm like, man, I went to school there, that nigga quiet as a bitch, man, that nigga don't make no beats, man. Whole time he used to be in his headphones, but he used to keep telling me, but I never slowed down to just, man, I started hearing that nigga drop. I say, man, this nigga can't switch the whole fucking game up, man. This nigga been trying to put me on his shit years ago, man. That nigga been making them beats he making today. Mm-hmm. That nigga been making them bitches, man. But I don't know what it was then. I don't know why I ain't slow down and get that nigga a chance. But see, I made it my business this year to catch that nigga ass.
Man, tell me how y'all put that together, because you got Mouse on the track too. Mouse,
oh yeah, for sure.
Legend.
Another legend.
His catalog go back for
and Mouse another nigga that down there groomed me coming up with this, with my style down there type of shit. Like, I want to make this type of music type shit. Like, that's another nigga I listen to just for his vocabulary, his swag, his whole lingo. Like, when nigga hop on your shit and just make you just, yeah, that's what I wanted to do with the rap shit down there type shit. I wanted to be a nigga jump on a nigga track and just make that bitch. Well, that nigga got his own 1-2 to that bitch type shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mouse.
When you heard that record, when Playboy bought you that Don't Stop Jiggin beat, like, did you know to get Mouse on it? Or did y'all, like...
Let me tell you exactly how it went. So, remind me now, we ain't had this studio number like 3 months. So, we hurry up, we got the room together. Man, we hurry up, get the room together. It's probably like our first or third day. You hear me? I'm the only one really here at this time point type shit. But we just gathering motherfuckers up right now, just trying to see what movie we finna go with type shit. Anyhow, long story short, you heard me, I think he told me I'd already been talking to Playboy, he was finna pull up. I say, oh, I got his ass, man, that boy finna pull up. So when Playboy pull up to this bit, he get to playing beats. You hear me? Playboy let me know how much he fuck with my shit type shit, woo, this, that, and the third. I'm like, damn, I'm like, dang, that nigga like my shit too. So I'm like, fucking, you know, woo, time fly. We in this bitch, we doing it, you hear me, woo. I run across a couple tracks, but I just hear a bitch. You hear me? I hear a bitch one day, I hear a bitch. I like, man, just pull that bitch to the side. I'm still running other shit, jumping on other shit. See, one day, me and my nigga Pooch in this bitch, he come through. You hear me? This probably Pooch, first and second time recording me type shit. We in this bitch cool. The Pooch come with the Shroom. Ooh. I'm just telling them, like, man, say, dog, I done had a trip on these bitches. I done did these bitches, man. These bitches some serious. Shroom. So he like, man, I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna get loaded with you. We throw back. As we throwing back, I'm sitting right here on the couch. I'm just chilling in my head. I'm just vibing my feet. I'm just like, man, this bitch, it got me don't want to stop moving type shit. So I'm like, man, Poochie, play that motherfucking beat, man. Y'all gonna think I'm lying, man, but I swear to God. I'm like, man, Poochie, play that beat, thug. Poochie, play that beat. Poochie always got glasses on, like, you know what I'm saying? So he looked back at me like, yeah, that bitch hard, man. I'm like, man, that's Playboy shit, huh? He like, shit, man, that bitch, that was stupid like a motherfucker. I'm like, man, keep playing that bitch. We played that bitch. I walked out this bitch. Playboy in the living room. I'm like, man, I'm finna fuck with that beat. You hear me? Come back. He like, shit, you get that beat. Ooh, I did that in the third. But I keep telling him something about when he put that I'm like, son, that shit right there, son, that shit changed the whole swag of beats, man, when you put that shit on that shit, man. So he telling me how he came up with that little I'm like, son, that's the shit that gonna take a nigga off right there. Just that little woo whopping. He like, y'all like, man, son, that's what I fuck with in them beats, and I'm telling you, son. Just that right there, man. Matter of fact, that was before I heard that beat. This how he pull that beat up. I like, son, what that shit that you be having in them beats? He was finna make one. He like, man, you know what? I got one of them bitches. That nigga played that bitch. I put that bitch on the computer, then this shit fast forward to what I was just talking about. So anyway, I pop a Shroom in with my me and Pooch in this bitch, you hear me? I do the song, but I only do like the hook of that bitch. Like I ain't really just, cause I'm like, man, cause the first of the song, man, you hear the original song with everything, it don't even sound like that.
Oh, okay.
So the next day after I went loading them, I had to go back and take some shit off. And that what made that bitch compress down to Don't Stop with the jigging in that bitch. Cause it really was just don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Then I come back on the next track, I just put the jigging. We just put that bitch together. He like, man, hold up, man. Let that bitch play like that right quick, man. We listening to that bitch. He like, man, it's something about that bitch was missing and something was too much on that bitch, man. We made some little tweaks to that bitch. I said, yeah, that's that bitch. I'm sitting back here on my phone recording up jail like, yeah, this bitch got me on my mind poochie like, yeah, this that bitch right here. So bam, about a couple days passed, I make some more hot shit. I'm not even thinking about Don't Stop no more. I ain't even worrying about that bitch no more. And I had to put that bitch on my Instagram. That bitch had went crazy on that ground. But I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna go back to that bitch. Cause I'm like, I wasn't feeling how I was feeling when I put the verse in the whatchamacallit on that bitch. So I left the bitch on the computer. Mouse was on the way over here. This about a week or two later. They come pick some sessions about the computer. Cause for some shit I had did, cause that's what be mixing my shit. Him and the nigga named Hershey. I like, Mouse, look, check this bitch out. I'm sending him all the other tracks. And I ended up going to Don't Stop. I click on it, bro. Man, check this bitch out. Man, I remember like it's yesterday. I'm playing this bitch just like this, and he's sitting right here. He play the bitch. Did he in that bitch? He like, yeah, this bitch, he'll raw. He like, man, play that bitch again. He step back. He and this bitch doing this nigga here. When that bitch, I already know, when that bitch make you do like this here, it's a rap, man. That's all that bitch gotta make you do, and it's a rap. So, Bell, he do that right there. I'm thinking in my head, like, man, this nigga like this bitch, man. He fucking with this bitch. That nigga Mouse like, man, that's that bitch right there, man. You gotta go and finish that bitch up. I'm like, shit, you might well hop on the back of that bitch. You already come and get the songs and sessions, shit. And nigga like, shit, you want me to get on that bitch for real? I'm like, shit, man, go and finish that bitch for me. When he hopped on that bitch, I really feel like he made that bitch a song type shit. Like if I would have put a second verse on that bitch, I don't think I would have liked that bitch as much as how he did that bitch. Like, he made that bitch complete for me type shit. So shout out to Mouse, man. You hear me? Fuck with that nigga, man. That nigga cool ass nigga, man.
Man, that record.
Nigga a good nigga, man. But man, I swear to God, that bitch came up out of nowhere, thug. I was really in that mood for real, like how I say on that bitch, man. That bitch came from nowhere, thug.